Hello there, my Capricorn collective. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Oh my goodness, Capricorn. An unexpected kind of reading for you. Libra came up, the Sun, the Ten of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and damn, it felt like your energy, Capricorn. But take what's yours and leave what's not. What's the energy for Capricorn? Page of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, there with the King of Wands. Things have balanced out in a situation with you, and you need to keep basically maintaining that balance. There's something with Libra energy with you. Mindful of the Libra vibe. There's the Emperor, there's the Two of Cups, there's the Page of Pentacles, there's the Queen of Pentacles, and there's the Ace of Wands. Oh, yeah, see, there's that Libra vibe. It's kind of like someone here wants to... You've been making some smart choices, but someone don't like the fact you've been making some smart choices. The Virgo energy there with the Ten of Wands, I feel like the advice you're getting is to focus on you and less on this sort of Queen of Pentacles energy. And that's what changes things up. There's something with you signing a fucking contract. There's something with you and a contract that someone don't like the fact that you're not. I don't feel like your decision not to sign a contract is really... I just feel like you don't feel like it's really necessary, or it's not something that you're interested in. Or you don't see it as being an option or an opportunity that's going to go anywhere. And you've kind of changed your mind because you've just made some really sensibly smart choices here. Of work, love, life vibes, honestly, with that Queen of Pentacles. Whoever keeps focusing on whether you're in a relationship or partnership and why you're not in a relationship or partnership. Now, this could go one of two ways with you. It could be a negative, and it could be a positive, but it's a positive that unless you really pay attention to that contract, it might turn out to be something that isn't going to be such a positive. So before you sign anything, before you agree to anything, make sure that you like the terms of the contract. Contract or the relationship. And mindfulness here when it comes to family planning, honestly. Queen of Swords, there's the Aquarius star, there's the Four of Swords, Judgment there with the Two of Swords. Someone wants to create some sort of a connection with you, but it's not good. It's like you sign a shitty contract. Look, whatever the fuck you do for work, this is like it's those people that get a recording contract that turns out not be worth anything, or they get a recording contract and guess what? They really even if it's a success, they don't get much of a success out of it. Someone is definitely focused on you being in a shitty relationship or partnership. If something seems too good to be true, it is. And what's really more important to you? This is a little more than just success, because I feel like you're attracting a lot of this attention because there is that energy of success, or people see that you're going places, that you have options, you have opportunities. But at the same time, it's kind of like the boss that gives you a promotion and then they put you in like a shitty position, and you're just basically there helping your boss achieve their dreams or goals instead of you like achieving your own dreams or goals. So what's your aspirations? What's your aspirations? And I feel like some of you can achieve that on your own. Two of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Five of Cups. There with the... I feel like you come in with that Knight of Wands. You just like change your mind and it changes everything. Those of you that are being very proactive in your choices, right? If you're interviewing, auditioning, you're out there, you're letting people know that you're You're taking on new opinions. You're looking at things differently. You're not necessarily, I don't want to say you're not happy where you're at, but you feel like you could probably, I feel like it's time for an upgrade for you anyway. Do be mindful of opportunities that feel like they're going to create more opportunities, but really they don't. It's like you get that promotion and then you get stuck in a shitty department and you don't get the chance to kind of really do what you want to do. The Emperor energy with you is very the Emperor energy with you doesn't like the fact that you are getting more attention than them. So I don't know if you're dealing with Aries in particular or those of you with like the boss vibes. Those of you if this is an interpersonal relationship or partnership, look, you need to avoid like getting into a family business, or those of you, if you're dating somebody and they're wanting you to kind of go work for the family, maybe avoid that type of a vibe. Because the Emperor is the one that's making the choices and everybody else is just sort of expected to fall in line. And it's kind of expected that you are, but I don't feel like you really like the hierarchy of a situation. Got the Hangman energy there with the Ten of Pentacles. Look, this is kind of giving the energy of you're not signing the family prenup, or you're not signing the generic sort of business contract that the company wants to give you. You're looking for something that's a tad bit more personal to you, because I feel like you're the cash cow, or you're somebody's fucking lucky charm. Someone needs you in a shitty contract either way, and I don't feel like you need to be signing any shitty contracts. Not if you can self-produce, self-publish. Those of you, Capricorn, always compartmentalize your work situations. Capricorn, you're like the mechanic that's really good, and every time they go someplace, everyone wants them to fix their car for free. You're given that kind of a vibe. I feel like with you, maybe people that you date, friendships, or those of you, if you've got your applications out there, you're sending out your resumes, you're interviewing, you're auditioning, whatever the fuck it is that you're doing. The Emperor sees that, but the Emperor don't like it. Someone don't want to be in competition with you. That's the Virgo energy with you. Oh, yeah, the High Priestess vibe. That's when HR... That's when HR lets the Emperor know that, hey, Capricorn's got some interesting opportunities here. I do feel like you have a lot of people cross-watching with regard to romantic proposals or romantic vibes with you, Capricorn. Because you're definitely attracting some attention here. But it isn't... I mean, make some smart, healthy choices, especially with regard to family planning. I feel like you're pulling a lucky vibe, but make sure that all those dreams or accomplishments or all this sort of positive energy, recognition that you're getting, stays far more focused on you instead of like the middleman vibe. Look, the Emperor could be the person that wants you for that job. The Emperor could be the talent scout. The Emperor could be the person that sees you're going places, but they wanna kind of control what your options or your opportunities are. You're gonna surpass the Emperor. I feel like you're smarter, more talented. You have more options, more opportunities, or you bring with you more options and more opportunities. And the Emperor sees that. But it's kind of like you don't want to be the canary in the cage type of a vibe. Or you don't want to get that promotion that basically just puts you in a corner office and you're just kind of doing grunt work. Definitely don't sign any fucking contracts, though. That's the whole point of this. You're going contract free. I do feel like you're not going to sign just some generic fucking contract that a job gives you, or some of you with regard to an interpersonal relationship or partnership. That's not what you're going to do. Make sure that you prioritize this. If you're dating somebody, maybe they're wanting to nudge you into working for the family. God, you keep giving that vibe of the mechanic that every time they go somewhere, so people want them to look at their vehicles and do it for free. I feel like you're very gifted and talented, whatever the fuck it is that you do for work. But, I mean, if it don't service you, it don't bring you, like, that personal abundance, you don't need the fucking middleman vibe. This is what success looks like. But this is also what success looks like. You know how many people have signed contracts to do work and nothing comes of it? It's like the people with record deals. You know how many people have had recording contracts and you've never heard of them? It's pulling that type of vibe. And whatever it is that you do for work, I don't even feel like you need a song on that. What does Capricorn need? I don't know. You're attracting some attention. The significance of the Emperor, though. Some of you do be mindful if you start dating somebody and everyone is just sort of expected to bow down to the Emperor. So if there's a hierarchy going on, and those of you, if you date somebody and it's just kind of expected that you're going to go into the family business, the Emperor could be your father. Honestly, in this situation, but maybe you decide not to sign the shitty contract that everybody else has agreed to sign. The Emperor isn't really shit. The Emperor doesn't really bring much. They're looking for new inspiration, but you're not going to be front and center. They want you to just, they basically want you to make them look good, which most of your bosses do, but I feel like the particulars on this, it's really significant. The Sagittarius vibes or the HR energy with you is really weird. There could almost be a bit of a religious vibe to this. I feel like if there's a religious vibe to this, it comes down to a proposal. And then you start working for the family business. I don't know, does your partner want you for you or do they want you for the work that you do? You keep pulling that energy of the mechanic that's really good, and every time they go someplace, everyone wants them to fucking fix their vehicle. You're given that type of a vibe. Now, apply that to whatever your discipline is, and that's kind of the energy that you're getting. Self-produced, self-published, or don't sign a shitty contract. You'll be just fine. Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords. There with the Six of Wands. I do feel like you have a lot of people scratching their head, scratching their ass, not understanding you or why you don't see this as being like the perfect opportunity. Everyone is pro the Emperor. I don't feel like you're not pro the Emperor. You're just, I don't know. That situation doesn't really bring much to you. It doesn't really bring much to you. Yeah, I told you got people scratching their head, scratching their ass, not knowing why you're not interested. Those of you that aren't dating, or those of you that aren't mixing, those of you that's finally learned to compartmentalize your relationships or partnership, there's the Five of Swords scratching their head, scratching their ass. There you are, like this in the Hangman energy with you. You're just like, yeah, you know what? I could, or I could do my own thing and not have to go through the Emperor to make my decisions. There's the Ace of Pentacles. That's the contract, the offer, the opportunity. Some of you, that feels like the proposal wanting to come in. There's the Two of Swords and there's the Leo vibe. Oh, that Aries or Leo. Oh. The Leo could be the one that kind of wants you to get into this shitty contract, to be quite honest with you. Look, if this is a family business and you know you're not interested in doing the family business, you're not interested in working in the family business, or maybe you're looking at better options or better opportunities, I feel like you would be someone that wants to change the way things are done, to maybe like streamline them or make them more profitable. But the emperor doesn't want to. The emperor doesn't want to do that. So those of you, if you're interviewing, right? So you interview for that position, and you think working for that company, or working for this particular emperor, this boss, is going to allow you a lot of creative opportunities, or it's going to allow you a lot of growth. Not really. I feel like the emperor just needs you there, and they can put you in a fucking corner office and make you think that you're actually going places when you're really not. You're still going to be doing what the fuck you're doing. You're just going to have to answer to the emperor. Or the emperor decides, for some of you, what percentage you get of whatever the fuck it is. Oy. Any of you, those people you know how many people have had recording contracts and you've never heard of them? It's kind of like that. Whoever the fuck is stressing about why you're not signing that contract, or why you don't think it's such a great idea to kneel at the foot of the emperor. You've met the emperor? Or you've interviewed with the emperor? The Queen of Wands, the Fork. I don't feel like those of you that have learned to compartmentalize your life, I don't know why you keep pulling that vibe of the mechanic, that every time they go someplace, everyone wants them to fucking fix their vehicle for free. But that's kind of what you're getting. Now, whatever your particular discipline is, it's given that vibe. So, take what's yours and leave what's not. Those of you from the family business perspective, you need to avoid going into a family business, whether it's your family or whoever you're dating, or some of you, the expectations, the proposal vibe. Four of Cups, the Six of Cups. There to the Four of Wands. Oh, sweet Jesus. You're like the oddball. Oh, man, you've disrupted everyone's sort of vibe here. Oh, good for you, Capricorn. Look, I love this. This shouldn't overwhelm you. This is kind of success, but I mean, you can be successful. You can be in a relationship or partnership and be independently successful from that relationship or partnership. So maybe some of you don't need that proposal. Or if your partner isn't happy with you all not complicating the situation, maybe that's a conversation you need to have. Damn, things are working out great for you. I don't feel like you need the emperor to sort of be the middle person on this, or you don't need the emperor to decide what's important or what's significant to you. You do need to be mindful of that Leo energy. So some of you could be breaking up with somebody, or you could be maybe not, someone isn't getting that proposal that they wanted because you don't sign shitty contracts. I wouldn't be surprised if you're not presented with a contract. You're not given like an opportunity. I don't know if this is a job opportunity, or those of you, if it's a romantic vibe, and then, you're presented with a contract. But I don't know. It's not specific to you. It's a generic contract. That's what you need to pay attention to. I don't know. You can do pretty good on your own here. So you're like the only one that didn't. You didn't fall for this, or you're the only one that kind of eschews this sort of offer or invitation that the emperor makes. So you're not going into the family business, whether that's your family or if you marry into the family business. That's not something that you're going to do. I feel like that's the significance of this. Or whatever this proposal is, you can kind of do it on your own. The emperor just needs a percentage of whatever the fuck that you're doing. Because the emperor kind of, they're not creating as much. They're not doing as much. You would get a promotion. It does feel like you get a promotion. You get a corner office, and then you never get promoted again. The main thing is you're not allowed to be in the forefront. I feel like that's what you need to be kind of focused on. Now's the time for you to be in the limelight. Take your bows kind of a thing, right? Some of you, this would be your partner wants to be the one that kind of outshines you with that particular relationship or partnership. So they come across rather, but they secretly want to control your vibe. They want you in a shitty contract. So, take what's yours and leave what's not, Capricorn. Oh, I love this. Good luck. God bless. Look, I feel like you can be happy in a relationship or partnership. You just don't have to put a ring on it, or you just don't have to. You don't have to get into a shitty contract with this person. You can date, be happy. The success is yours, and your success is your success. It doesn't have anything to do with your relationship or partnership. Which that should be a positive for both of you. It's the one that don't like the fact that you're not interested in that proposal. All right. Peace, love, and light, Capricorn. Good for you.